guys, it's Stacy from My Petite Garden. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to share with you some of my current favorite small leafed Hoyas and Dischidias. I actually haven't took a good look at my collection for a while now, so doing this video actually gave me a chance to really look everything over and kind of notice that my collection has dwindled down quite a bit. Like, I used to have a lot more Hoyas, but obviously because of life right now, I don't have the time and the energy to take care of so many plants. And I think most of you know that a large collection of my plant is made up of Hoyas. So let's take a look together and see what my current favorites are. I also wanted to say thank you to those of you who are sticking around. I know my upload schedule has been kind of unpredictable. I used to be uploading, I think, once a week at the very minimum, but you know, lately with this past summer especially, I just took a lot of time off, so to speak, to just kind of spend with my son, my family, and all of that. And I think personally I just needed a break. I think physically and mentally I was a little bit overexhausting myself. So I need a little time to take care of myself. Now that autumn is here though, hopefully I will be able to upload a little bit more for you guys. I can't really promise anything in terms of like a upload schedule, but I will try my very best. So I really hope you guys stick around, and again, I appreciate all of your support so much. I mean, I don't think you even have an idea of how much it means to me when I get a message from, you know, you guys on Instagram saying you miss my videos, you miss my uploads, and you've been watching my old videos. That literally tugs at my heartstring, and it means so much to me, and that's really the motivation behind why I continue making videos. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Alright, so I've got most of the plants that I want to talk about today here. I think there's a total of 10 plants, so let's get into it. So I have them all just sitting on this bench. Some you guys have seen before, some you may not have, so here we go. Where should we start? Actually, let's start over here with my Hoya Curtisia. Man, this plant has been with me for a minute. I don't even know how many years I've had this plant, but it's, I think, from the very beginning of my plant journey. So say at least 4 years or so. Yeah, at least 4 years. So my Hoya Curtisia actually has a bit more of the brownish splash versus the greener version. I think it's just a matter of how much light they get, to be very honest. I think at some point this plant was more like that leaf right there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that leaf right there. I don't know, it's still looking pretty. Yeah, that's green. And then this one is more like purplish, like this chunk here. Yeah, I think it does have a lot to do with how much light it's getting. This plant does hang by my sliding doors, and it's facing west, so it gets quite a bit of afternoon sun. But it is such a pretty Hoya. It's just, mine is pretty full, and it does have a peduncle, I noticed. But to be very honest, I don't think I've ever seen it bloom, so I must have missed it or it blasted. Has that happened to you guys where you notice your Hoya has a peduncle and it looks like it has bloomed, but you completely missed it? So yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot fuller over the years, and it's still growing. Look at that little growth right there. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, so wow, look at this vine. That's really pretty. Yeah, sometimes I feel like this Hoya is overlooked a lot. I don't know. but I really like it. Here onto the potting bench is my Hoya Kanyakum Mariana. Yes, I have featured this one before, and this late summer into fall it actually started growing a lot more. It was stagnant for a while, so this plant, for me at least, grows really slowly, but I don't really mind because I actually really like the plant the way it looks right now. But obviously if it starts to grow some more for me, I'd be really happy. But it did. So these two vines in the back you see are actually something new we've put out recently. Not too much foliage though, like I see 1 and 2 there. Those are new. And I think in the back there's a peduncle. It does bloom quite a bit for me, but I'd rather it grow leaves instead of bloom. Yeah, so one thing I am quite happy with is that I noticed the leaves have definitely greened up a lot more as it grew. If you look at the top, I'll show you guys, you'll see the foliage is definitely a lot more bleached or yellowish. That I think is actually from a lot too much light, because it was getting quite a bit of light. So once I kind of pulled it back, I feel like the leaves definitely look a lot better in terms of coloration. Yeah, so it is also a very succulent one. The leaves are very tough. It's and then it has the little wrinkles. What do you call this? Yeah. Okay. Next to that, I have my very, let me start at the top. And very, very luscious Dischidiovada. I'll just move this a little bit. It is very long, and it continues to grow non-stop. So this whole vine here, I don't know if you can tell, it's all new. Yeah. And then this vine right here, again, it's also new. Doesn't want to focus there. Someone told me that I have the more succulent version of the Skidiovada, so you can see the leaves are a lot more succulent, and they said this is like a more rare form of it. They call it like the Skidiovada one stripe or something like that. However, I did notice that the newer leaves on the new vine is thinner. You see that? And then the older ones on it starts to puff up a little, which I found very interesting. I'm not sure if that's just how they grow. So it's the same situation here. Like it's pretty thin compared to the older leaves like that. So I'm not sure what's going on, honestly. I always thought that it was just one kind of Dischidiovada and like it just grew a little differently maybe, but I was told differently, so not sure. Either way, it's gorgeous, it's growing really, really nice. And I just noticed these here. How funny looking are these? They're like little pearls. Look at those, look how succulent that is. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, so next to that I have my another Dischidia. This is my Dischidia Lancio. This has got to be one of my favorites. This is a new growth, new vine here. Love it. I love the little propeller-like foliage. And it's just so unique looking. It's very different than most other Dischidias or Hoyas. It reminds me a little bit of like the Ceropegia string of, you know, things. But it has grown really well as this summer also, and it's still growing. I think autumn it grew more than it did in the summer, but yeah, so the vine just goes all the way over there. Yeah, I love these leaves. Look at them. Aren't they just so unique? I can't get over it. How is this real? Yeah, it's such a pretty plant. Very structural, yet minimal at the same time, and I think that's what draws me to it. It might not be everyone's cup of tea though. Some people might just find it boring. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna move down here. That in there is a Dischidia that I acquired last winter. Yes, I think around February of 2022 I got this. It was actually a much bigger plant when I got it. It was, I believe, one long vine with a second vine coming in. And then I managed to kind of kill part of it. I don't know what happened. It was just not happy with me. So I propagated what I could. I saved what I could. And this is what's left of it. I rooted in the stratum. And then after fully rooted, I potted into a potting mix. It hasn't done much since. But I really like the way it looks like this. It's like a little rosette. So yeah, this is Dischidia. Oh, I didn't even say the name. This is Dischidia tonsuensis or something like that. I will put the name up for you guys, of course. But so the way the foliage is, it's really cute. It's like a round coin, and then it has a little dimple in the middle that makes it almost look like a heart, but it's not. So you see there, right there. I'm gonna get over here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me and this plant, but for now it's still alive. I was ready to lose it, and that kind of made me really sad, but I really hope it starts growing soon because it absolutely has not done a thing. So we'll see, but I still really love it. It doesn't love me back though. Okay, over here I have a Hoya ETS10. This was a very precious one for me because I had to look high and low for this, and it's actually really hard to come by, and it costs a pretty penny if you do. So it is a silvery kind of Hoya. It's definitely one of the smaller leafed Hoyas, but the foliage is really pretty. Let me see, get to focus. Yeah, I've seen people grow these very quickly, but for me, it doesn't really grow that fast. It took a while for it to just get to this size. I got it as two separate leaf cuttings that are not rooted. So I had to first root them, and then once they rooted, I potted them up and it grew a little bit, you know. And then it has a vine now finally. So things are looking up, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, it's so cute, right? It's very dainty. Okay, and then over here I have a Dischidia major. Yes, this is the one of the ones that have those kind of bubble-like leaves in the wild. It's called an ant plant, so they have a symbiotic relationship with ants. So that's why they have these bubble leaves. And this one I've had a struggle with since the very beginning, but it seems to be okay now. Everything here is new. Well, not new. I mean, like, I had to regrow everything. I basically lost this plant to pretty much nothing I think like it was just this piece here that was left. These bubble leaves that you see, they grew after. So it was very exciting for me to see. The greener bubbles here, those are new. Those are fresh, brand new. So excited. Look at the bubbles. Oh, look at that. And they are hollow inside, so if I tap on one of them, you will be able to see here. Oh wait, you can't hear. Sorry. Nope, you can't hear. But yeah, it's hollow inside. So yeah, it's really pretty. And such an interesting plant. I have a teeny tiny one, but good enough for me. And I still love it very much. So thought I'd share with you guys. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. So this is my Hoya cantiana Lori Lynn. It has the outer variegation. So the inside is green. This leaf is a very good example of what the variegation is supposed to look like on this Lori Lynn. This here is the new growth. It usually come in like hot pink like this. This one I actually have been battling a little bit with mealybugs. Hopefully I've gotten rid of all of them, but I'm still very paranoid and I check pretty often just to make sure. It hasn't seemed to be too bothered from it, so yeah, I just let it be. The foliage is so pretty, look at that. There's quite a few leaves like that on this vine. I feel like certain vines just grow a certain way. There you go. Pink. And then you'll have your cream, and I mean, I like all of it. All the different leaves have kind of different variegation on them, and I think that's what makes it so fun to grow. I have my Hoya parvaflora, parvaflora? I think that's the name. If I'm wrong, I will put it on the screen. I've been really bad with names lately because it's been so long since I've filmed these type of videos. I think it's a Hoya parvaflora splash. So yeah, another really pretty one. I'm actually gonna take it down so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here you go. Look at that splashy leaves. Look at those. Wow. Wow. Look at them. Yeah. So I've noticed that this one doesn't sun stress well. If you give it too much light, the leaves will kind of turn splotchy purple like that. At least that's what I've noticed on my specimen. So I try not to put it directly under my grow lights, which I was doing in the beginning because I love to kind of test the limits of my Hoyas and how much sun stress they can withstand. And what happens to Hoyas, to my, different Hoyas that I have when I try to light stress them. Some have better results than others. This one in particular does not look very nice. So I decided to not put it so close anymore. So it definitely just looks better just the way it is, like that. Beautiful splashing. Yeah. Okay. That is that guy. And then the last plant I want to talk about is actually a little shout out to my little frankenpot. Do you guys remember this guy? It's still around and it's still kicking. Oh my gosh, look at the roots. All right, I gotta repot this soonish. Would you guys want to see a repot of this? Okay, so this is a pot of literally the most random stem cuttings of my various different types of Hoyas. I have no clue anymore what they are, but all of them had no leaves. It was literally just the stem. I was doing an experiment to see how, you know, what would happen, if it will grow, if it will root, if it will grow, and it did both. Well, there's a bare branch right here. See, this one is no good. I guess when I repot, I'll take that one out. So I think you can easily tell there is 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 different types of Hoyas in here. Look at that one. I think that one might be a mini cantiana, which funny enough, the mother plant actually is no longer with me. I managed to kill it, so. And then this one, wow, this one is really nice. The sun's dressing. It's really pretty, and it's really tiny too, the leaves. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? No clue what that is. I honestly don't remember. So there seems to be quite a few of those cuttings. I don't know if that's the same. This one looks pretty bleached, but the shape of the leaves look different, so I don't think it's the same one. Let's spin this around and see. So I think we have a little bit more of the cantiana there, a little more here. Yeah, I think that's it. Ooh, this is a nice vine. Look at that. Wow, that's a nice one. Yeah, so I'm gonna repot this, and maybe I'll keep it together. Maybe I'll separate them out since they seem to be a little more established now. But yeah, it's been fun growing this. So yeah, so that is everything I want to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this little collection of my small-leafed Hoyas and Dischidias. It was definitely fun to kind of give myself a reminder of what is in my collection and share it with you all. So thank you for watching again. If you haven't already and you like my content and you enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you want to chat. So I always look forward to that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!